I know that I posted shorts about my weight, and I posted a long form video about my job, and I wanted to update you guys on that. So, I figured out that my job is definitely working for me. You're gonna hate to hear this, I have to work more. I have to work enough hours to where it pays me enough, and then it's like I get a really good paycheck, right? So, and I love the job so much, and I had to figure out basically like how to allow myself to take breaks. That was a problem I was having. If I take enough breaks, then I'm able to get through the day and it's not as bad. Also, I started a new medication. I have a new psychiatrist? I think that's the word for it. And she prescribed me something to help with my nightmares, which has been helping me tremendously in my everyday life, if you can believe it. I think my nightmares have been affecting me way more than I ever realized in my day-to-day life. And it's just really helped even me out so far. And then as far as my weight goes, so I got down to 103 this year and didn't even realize it. It's been one of the worst years of my life, and it's been really hard. And I didn't even realize how much weight I lost. Normally I'm 110 to 115, like I range between there. And just something this year has changed. I also think it has to do with my job. My job is so physical that I must be just working my body so much that I can't gain weight. I've been trying to gain weight, you guys. I've been eating and eating and eating, and it's not working. So I thought it was working, and I was really hopeful. And every day I went to work and I used their scale that they use to weigh the bales to weigh myself, and I was gaining weight. I got up to 108, and then I think it was just because I was on my period, because women tend to gain weight when they're on their period, and I totally knew that. I usually gain a little bit of weight during that time. And then it's been 2 weeks now, and I was 108, I got down to 107, 106, 105, and then yesterday 103 again. So I think it's just how much I'm exerting physically at my job. It's not allowing me to gain weight. My metabolism is really, really fast too, so I don't know. I'm going to keep trying though. And then also one last thing. So I posted that I felt like I have wasted a year of my life loving someone who seems to not even like me. Yeah, basically this year went so badly for me that the guy I was talking to ghosted me more than a couple times, and I became so clingy and weird, and I totally understand why someone would judge me for that, but also it was one of the worst years I've had in a really long time. So I guess if somebody's gonna judge me on that and how I acted strangely, but I apologized throughout, and I felt so guilty and so bad and just wanted to be able to work things out the whole time, and I don't know. So I did hear from him, and I do think I've probably just been delusional in trying to pursue him for so long now, but also I still have this weird feeling that, honestly, I think I feel better because I heard from him, not because I got closure. And I still do need closure, so I'm not going to be able to move on for a while, which is okay. I need to take my time and just go easy on myself. I'm for sure not ready for a relationship, I guess, and this taught me that. I at least knew, I knew I had a lot of work to do, and this taught me more about that, and I have learned so much more about that, and hope that he has learned from this too. The good in me that wants to see the good in him wants to believe that he has learned from this and wants to believe that he has feelings for me and he just is scared. But I also know that I could just be being delusional in thinking that. So here's my cat. But that's part of me accepting myself, is realizing this is how I love and this is how I've processed things. The thought of him has really helped me this year. Whether or not we were talking, but it helped more when we were talking, so I think that's why every time we would stop talking, I would get really hurt again. But yeah, it taught me, if I ever do want something to work out, I have to really learn how to slow down. And both of us made a lot of mistakes that didn't really allow that to happen, and I'm really regretful of that, but I also was still willing to work through it no matter what. And like, no matter what, wanted to believe that he was too. So I'm kind of gonna have to really like readjust and try to understand this. I realized I have a need and I want to understand things so badly. And I think I don't know how, but I'm gonna have to start trying to learn how to accept this without getting the closure that I need and understanding it fully. I don't know if that's possible. But yeah, I'm just filming this as I'm getting ready for work for the day. Thought I would update you guys. I don't like leaving you guys and like thinking I'm not doing well at all. I figure solutions out slowly. I try to improve as much as I can, as often as I can, and I'm doing a little better lately. So, also, one major thing I wanted to say is, sorry about my glasses. I have beautiful kitchen windows that just shine through my glasses. I love my house, and I'm feeling better about that. Also, I wanted to say I'm so happy that I'm not having major panic attacks like I did earlier this year. Every time this guy that I like so much would ghost me, I was basically re-experiencing my relationship abandonment that happened like 4 years ago now. And I'm so sad and embarrassed that that's what ruined this. Like, I didn't even realize it was happening. And I don't even think I realized it was fully happening until a few weeks ago when I reread part of my PTSD book that said a major symptom of CPTSD is re-experiencing your traumas. That's what would happen every time he ghosted me, because it happened when we first met, and I thought it was like so serious. Like, I took it so seriously because it is serious to me. And yeah, every time after that, it got worse and worse and worse for me, and I made a fool of myself and scared him a lot, and became clingy, became weird, became cringy, and I feel so bad about myself and so bad for him that I had to put him through that. He definitely did not need that, or this, or anything. He didn't need anything bad, and I feel so bad that that's what I caused. Okay, I'm done now. I just wanted to say I'm so glad that I'm doing better, but I'm not having major panic attacks anymore. I'm processing it a lot better now, and that I cannot be thankful enough for that. I can't be thankful. I think it's because I'm finally in an environment where I feel safe. And I know I'm like exclaiming now, it's a lot, but saying it out loud makes me realize how happy I am feeling safe. So that's a good thought. And I only wish that I was able to feel safe this entire year so that I didn't come off as a crazy weirdo to this guy. But hey, sometimes I guess that's what life is. One thing that I live by, and that I remember telling this guy when we were talking, is that judgment is not love. That's why I got a heart tattoo on my face. It kind of like immediately puts away people who are judgmental of me once they see that I have a face tattoo. So a major thing I live by is to not judge people. Doesn't come from a place of love. And that's not saying I don't judge people. Of course I judge instinctively. It's a major problem I have, actually. But I'm working on it, and I understand it's a focal point that everybody should be working on. And if he seriously has just judged me and isn't even able to see me as a person anymore, or admit that we had a connection and still have a connection, then I am forced to move on and try to come to an understanding myself without having his side of the story, which is very hard. I just want to understand him. And me trying to continue pursuing him and continue explaining myself has only been trying to get him to understand me. And I feel so bad for how that's come off. And honestly, after this, I'm not even sure how to talk to people in a romantic way anymore, because I thought it was going so well with this guy, and then it just wasn't, like so many times. And maybe that's my fault, maybe that's his fault. I have a lot that I need to process, and I really wish I could get more from him to understand better, but maybe it's better not to, because if he's going to be mean to me, then it would just mess me up worse. So I'm just kind of hoping to see what the future brings, and hoping it's positivity, and kind of also hoping that part of it is hearing from him in a positive way at some point. maybe it's part of me being delusional, still hoping to hear from him, but I can't help it. I was so serious about him, and he knew it, and he was serious about me, at least when we were talking. And to insult my integrity by acting like that wasn't real, that's low. Way lower than my cringy clinginess ever was. And I think he might see that. I hope he sees that. And I'm so embarrassed at how clingy I have been either way. I still feel like it's worse, but I'm aware enough to know that, like, none of this has been okay. And I've been still doing my best. And if clingy is the worst that I got during this, I have improved. And I'm thankful for that. And it was during massive panic attacks that I was having, and I was still trying to act like I was okay. So I need to just learn how to give myself credit, because that's been a major problem. It's just not ever patting myself on the back and saying, dude, you've still been trying, you know? So that's, I think, why I'm feeling better too, is I've been giving myself credit and taking care of myself. One thing my therapist told me is I need to start taking care of myself the way that I take care of and love my dog. That was a big connection. My dog gets so much love from me, and I don't think I've ever given that to myself. So I've been trying to lately. I don't deserve as much as my dog does, but I'm still trying to lately. Okay. Whatever you're doing, have a good day, good night, good evening. Bye, guys.